Good morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get the letter pulled up for today. Okay, today's letter says, Dear Pearl, I work a lot and I'm always tired. I never have time to do anything because I'm always at work or tired from work. Sometimes I don't even feel like getting out of bed. What do you think I should do? Well, this is simple. I think a lot of people don't value self-care. They're so consumed in their job, their career, their children, their family. And don't get me wrong, it's nothing wrong with that. But how can that function, how can those aspects of your life function if you're not okay? You come first because you are the glue that's 9 times out of 10 holding all of that together. So you have to practice self-care. Like, self-care is so important, and so many people, they lack it. They don't take care of themselves. They don't get the adequate amount of rest. They don't eat right. They don't treat themselves. They don't spend time with themselves. All these things are factors of self-care. That job is going to be there. And I despise it so much when I see people who, like, they make their job their life. Let me tell you one thing. If something happens to you, you die, you go in the hospital, you get sick, that job is going to hire somebody else. And they might send you some flowers. Like, those people, you very rarely find employers that care about you. They care about you as long as you're working. Because the tool is to never forget, you're there to do a job. You're there to do a service. So if you're no longer beneficial to them and you can't provide that service, you're useless to them. And I just want to say that because so many people, they think that the job is their lives. And it's nothing wrong with working. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, care about yourself more than you care about that job, because you control your own life, your own livelihood. You must be healthy. So many people, they'll work 15 and 16 hours a day. That's not good. How are you resting? It's no way possible. And the body will shut down if you don't give it the proper amount of rest. So that's definitely what I want to say. Stop putting your all into these jobs, because when something happens to you, you're no longer beneficial to that employer because now you can't work. So they're going to go and hire someone else. They're going to start doing interviews. And this is going to leave you brokenhearted. I've seen it all the time. When people get sick or they fall off or something happens, and the first thing they'll say, well, that job didn't care anything about me. They act like they didn't even care. It's not that they don't care, but you're there to do a service. So once you're no longer beneficial to them, they're going to hire someone else. And that's how it goes. And that's the real world. And I really wish people would take heed to that, because a lot of people don't understand that. When you are employed, you're there to do a job. You're there to do a service. When you can no longer perform that service anymore or do that job, they don't need you. You're useless to them. So why would they need to keep you? They're going to hire someone else. That's why people are getting into entrepreneurship nowadays, because employers, they really don't value their workers anymore. They don't value their employees anymore. You very rarely find an employer that values their employees. And yet and still, even if they do value you, like I said, if you get sick, you get hurt on the job, you have to go into the hospital, you are no longer beneficial to them. So therefore, they have to move on and hire someone else who can do your job. So I want you to definitely practice self-care, because that's very important, because that job is going to be there. They're not going anywhere, trust me. They're going to be there. But you must practice self-care. There's no reason you should be tired where you don't want to get out of bed. You cannot let that job control your life. I know some people feel like your job is your livelihood. That's true. But if you are not healthy and you are not happy and you're not practicing self-care, that job is not going to matter. So I hope that really helps you. Like I said, the best advice I can give you is to practice self-care. That's so important. And so many people, they lack self-care. They don't take care of themselves. And taking care of yourself is not buying clothes and shoes. I'm talking about material things is not self-care. Self-care is being clear with your mind, being at peace with yourself, being healthy, getting the adequate amount of rest that you should be getting. That's self-care. Okay? If you work and you're standing on your feet all day, you need to make sure you have the proper shoes on. Things like that are components of self-care. Self-care doesn't have anything to do with materialistic things. Okay? Let's get that straight. You need to take care of yourself. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Any advice, make sure you leave it in the comment section of the live. Follow me on all social networks at Pearl the Celebrity. Subscribe to my YouTube at The Pearl Show. And y'all have a good day.